Do you believe it's possible to achieve your first million before turning 30? It may seem like a distant dream, but today I'm going to show you how a 25-year-old young man did and what you can learn from his story to transform your financial life. Yes, he didn't have a privileged start, no huge inheritance, nor a six-figure salary, but he did what many don't even know where to begin. He achieved his first million with a clear plan, a lot of discipline, and long-term strategy. Today, you will learn the exact step-by-step he followed to achieve success. And the most important part, you'll understand how you can apply these same steps to your life, even if you're starting from scratch right now. So if you want to know how to take the first step toward your financial freedom, stay with me until the end. Now, before I tell you how he did it, it's important to understand his starting point. After all, many people think financial success only comes to those who already have money or a good network. But that wasn't the case for him. He didn't grow up in a wealthy family, nor did he have a millionaire boss who helped him get started. In fact, he was like many of us, a young man with big dreams but a tight budget. Before reaching financial freedom, he was drowning in credit card debt and struggling to balance his bills at the end. The truth is, he wasn't born into a privileged position, but instead of waiting for things to improve on their own, he made the decision to change his life. He decided that the status quo wasn't enough and that it would take extra effort to achieve something. That decision to change his mindset and the way he saw money was the first important step. Because at the end of the day, his story isn't just about money. It's about the courage to transform his life. So, what exactly did he do to change his financial life? What practical steps helped him turn his dream of becoming a millionaire into reality? Well, he followed a clear plan with strategic actions that can be applied by anyone. The first step was crucial, a mindset shift, which involved learning how to treat money intelligently, not just as something that quickly disappears. The second step was investing in his own knowledge. He knew that before starting to invest, he needed to understand how the financial system worked. This involved reading books, taking courses, and listening to people who had already achieved what. Then he began diversifying his sources, and this is where things started to gain traction. He didn't rely on a single job or source of money, but learned how to generate extra income and reinvest strategically. These three pillars, mindset change, financial education, and multiple sources of income, were the foundation for his success. And the best part, you can start applying these same strategies right now in your life. Now let's talk about the first step, mindset. This is the foundation of everything he achieved, because before anything else, the way you think about money will determine your actions. He knew that he couldn't continue thinking like most people, who see money only as something you earn and spend. He decided to change this mindset. Instead of worrying about, how much do I earn? He began asking himself, how can I make this money work for me? And this shift was radical. He adopted an abundance mindset, believing that there would always be opportunities to grow and achieve more. He also understood that true wealth comes from the ability to invest in what matters, not in superficial. He set clear goals, and this was crucial. He wasn't just trying to get rich. He had a very well-defined goal, achieve financial freedom by the age of. To do that, he knew he needed to be disciplined, continuously learn, and make smart financial. This mindset was the key for him to start building his path to wealth. And it's what you also need to cultivate, no matter where you're in. What you think about money today will shape your financial future. With his mindset transformed, he knew the next step was crucial, investing in his own knowledge. Because without understanding how money works, there's no way to make smart financial. He started with the basics, personal finance, budgeting, and expense management. But he soon realized that to achieve big goals, he needed to understand investments and the financial market. That's when he dug deeper into books, courses, and podcasts. He knew that those who have knowledge are always ahead. The books were fundamental in this journey. He read works like Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason, which changed his view of money. These books taught him that to be rich, you need to learn how to manage money strategically, and that investing is the key to building wealth. Additionally, he invested in financial education courses and sought out mentors who had already achieved what he knew that learning never ends, and the more you know, the better your choices will. It was this knowledge that allowed him to make smarter and safer decisions. This is one of the biggest secrets for anyone who wants to achieve financial freedom. Never stop learning. Knowledge is the foundation for any financial achievement, and it's something you can start building now, regardless of your current situation. With the right mindset and acquired financial knowledge, the next step was crucial, starting to generate income. But he didn't do it the traditional way, by relying on just one salary. He knew that to build wealth, he needed multiple sources of. So, He started with what he had, a skill he already possessed, and a huge willingness to learn. He began doing freelance graphic design, something he knew well but had never really explored as a consistent income source. Initially, the extra money was a small help, but soon he realized that this could be the start of something much bigger. Furthermore, he started investing in his own business. With little money but a lot of creativity, he opened a small online store selling personalized products. Although the first months were tough and the profits were low, he used this time to learn about digital marketing and sales strategy. Over time, he further diversified his sources of. He began investing in real estate, buying and renovating properties, and also entered the stock market. He understood that when you have multiple income sources, you're not dependent on one single stream of money. If one isn't doing well, the others compensate. These initial experiences weren't easy, but they helped build the solid foundation he needed to grow his wealth. And the best part, you can start creating your own income streams now, without waiting for a big opportunity. With his income sources starting to grow, he knew he needed to make the money work for it. The next step was to invest intelligently. But unlike many who start investing thoughtlessly, he was strategic from the beginning. His first significant investment was in stocks of well-established companies and real estate. He didn't chase risky investments or financial trends. He did his research, read reports, and followed the advice of experienced mentors. He chose to invest in shares of solid companies, which he knew would grow over time, and he also bought his first property. For him, real estate was a way to secure a physical asset that would appreciate over. This investment was small initially, but he knew it would be the beginning of a larger journey. The secret here wasn't to invest huge amounts, but to start, learn from every step, and reinvest the profits. Each gain was reinvested into new investments, which allowed exponential growth. It's important to understand that when you start investing, you don't need to make big bets right away. The most important thing is to have discipline, be consistent, and make informed decisions. By doing this, the power of compound interest begins to work in your favor, and your investments grow over time. Now, with his first investments underway, he knew that the true key to financial success wasn't just about making money, but about managing it. Discipline was what allowed him to keep growing, even when the temptations of spending on luxury were within reach. He focused on living below his means. He had a personal rule: don't spend more than necessary, no matter how much he was earning. For him, this meant avoiding unnecessary expenses like expensive cars or extravagant. He made sure to prioritize what really mattered for his financial. Additionally, he created a rigorous budgeting system. Every dollar in and out was recorded and analyzed. Every cent was tracked. This not only helped him control his spending, but also identify where he could cut unnecessary expenses and direct more money toward investment. He also learned to reinvest every profit made. Instead of spending the first gains on something non-essential, he preferred to make the profits work for him. This helped accelerate the growth of his investment portfolio. The lesson here is simple. Without financial discipline, it's impossible to maintain or grow your wealth. Money will only grow if you learn to manage effectively, which requires focus, patience, and above all, consistency. Of course, throughout this journey, he faced several challenges. The path to wealth is never linear, and he knew that. In the beginning, he had some financial losses. One of his first stock investments didn't give the expected return, and he almost lost a large sum on a property he was trying to renovate. But what kept him steady was his mindset. Instead of seeing these failures as signs of defeat, he viewed them as lessons. He learned to not fear risks, but to manage them intelligently. Over time, he developed the skill to make more informed decisions and calculate risks accurately. He also had to deal with external criticism. Many people around him thought he was being too ambitious, that he should settle for a secure job and a fixed salary. But he knew that, to achieve his goals, he would need to take calculated risks and have the courage to follow his own. Another challenge was the fear of failure. Like anyone chasing something big, he faced moments of insecurity, but he learned not to let fear paralyze him. He knew the only way to move forward was to keep trying, adapting, and learning from every mistake. The great lesson here is that failure is not the end of the journey. On the contrary, it's an essential part of it. The secret to success lies in learning from mistakes, adjusting strategies, and moving forward with more knowledge and resilience. After overcoming the initial challenges, he entered the expansion phase. The next step was to scale his investments and business. What he did differently at this stage was focus on something very important: replicating what was already working. First, he reinvested the profits from his initial investments in stocks and real estate to grow his portfolio. But he didn't stop there. He further diversified his assets, exploring new opportunities like startups and cryptocurrency. Every new investment was made strategically, based on what he already knew, but with an eye on the future. Additionally, he began expanding his own businesses. The online store, which had started small, began growing steadily. He invested in digital marketing, created new products, and sought partners to increase distribution. Soon enough, the small store became a profitable business with consistent sales and growing profit margins. Another important point was that he started using automation and delegating more. He hired key people to help manage operations, allowing him to focus on expanding even more revenue sources. By automating certain processes and hiring a trusted team, he gained time to think about long-term strategies and seek new business opportunities. Scaling to the million isn't about doing everything alone. He learned the importance of creating systems that could grow with him. Now his money was working for him in multiple areas, and growth was exponential. Now, to conclude, let's review the main lessons he learned during this journey and that you can apply immediately. The first lesson is simple but powerful. Change your mindset. Financial success starts in your head. If you believe it's possible, you will find opportunities. If you think abundantly, you'll see the potential in every area of your financial. The second lesson is invest in your knowledge. Never underestimate the power of learning. Knowledge about finances, investments, and how money works is what allowed him to make intelligent decisions, even with limited resources at the start. And the best part, this knowledge is accessible to everyone. Today, you can start studying at your own pace through books, courses, and even free content online. The third lesson is diversify your sources. Don't depend on a single source of money. He didn't put all his eggs in one basket. He started with freelancing, then created his own business, and also invested in real estate and stocks. Each new income source helped protect his wealth and expand his earnings. And the fourth lesson is financial management is everything. Keeping track of your spending, investing strategically, and reinvesting profits is what allows you to create a continuous cycle. Financial discipline was one of the biggest keys to his success. Finally, the last lesson he learned was don't be afraid to make mistakes. Failure is part of the process. The important thing is to learn from mistakes, adapt, and keep moving forward. Remember, every mistake is an opportunity to grow, and the greatest risk is not trying. These lessons are universal and can be applied by anyone. If he could transform his life, you can too. The path may be long and require patience, but the journey starts with the first step. And the best part, that step is in your hands now. Now, I want you to look at your life and finances with a new perspective. Everything we talked about here, all the lessons that the young man applied, are steps anyone can follow, no matter their situation. The secret isn't in making a lot of money at once, but in learning to manage what you have, being disciplined, and most importantly, never giving up. Remember, the journey to financial freedom is built day by day. Don't be fooled by quick fixes or promises of easy riches. True wealth comes from consistency, continuous learning, and the courage to take intelligent risks. If you follow these steps, change your mindset, invest in your knowledge, diversify your sources of income, be disciplined with money, and learn from mistakes, you can achieve your own financial goals just like he did. The first million isn't unattainable. It's just the beginning of a journey. And the good news is that you've already taken the first step you're seeking to learn. Now, what's left is to act. If he did it, you can too. So, what are you waiting for? The financial future you dream of starts with what you do today. If this video inspired you and you want to see more content like this, like now, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. I want to know from you, which of these steps will you start applying to your life today? Leave your comment below because I love reading and helping you. And remember, the journey to financial freedom begins with the first step. Let's take that step together. See you in the next video. Until then,